Daily showers. Identifying with Jesus in difficult times. Text: Matthew 27:57-60. There was a man named Joseph from Arimathea, a respected member of the council and a disciple of Jesus. For a long time, he remained in the background. He wasn't loud. He wasn't among the 12. In fact, many would call him a secret disciple. But when the moment of greatest risk arrived, Joseph stepped out of hiding and into history. When Jesus was crucified, the crowds had turned hostile. The disciples had fled. Peter had denied him. Fear filled the air. Jesus' body hung on the cross, rejected, condemned, and abandoned. It was in this dark and dangerous moment that Joseph went boldly to Pilate and asked for the body of Jesus. Think about that request. He wasn't asking for a favor from a friend. He was identifying with a man condemned by the state, rejected by religious leaders, and abandoned by many followers. To ask for Jesus' body was to publicly declare, "I am with him." It was risky. It could cost Joseph his reputation, his position, even his safety. But love and faith outweighed fear. Joseph did not come out of coercion, but out of love. Not in showmanship, but in faithfulness. Not for what he could gain, but for what he could give. True disciples are not always known when the road is smooth. They are revealed when the road gets rough. When it is unpopular to stand with Christ. When it is costly to be identified with Him. When silence feels safer than confession. Joseph's life teaches us that real discipleship shows up in difficult times. When others hide, true disciples stand. When others deny, true disciples identify. When others run, true disciples step forward with courage. Today, we are also faced with pressure. Pressure to blend in, to stay silent, to compromise, to shrink back. But like Joseph, we must choose to stand for Jesus even when it is uncomfortable, unpopular, or risky. We must not allow fear of people, the trend of the times, or the weight of circumstances to make us deny Christ or retreat into the shadows. Christ must be stood for. Christ must be honored. Christ must be identified with, at all times. Prayer. Lord, give me the courage to stand with you, not only when it is easy, but especially when it is hard. Help me to identify with you boldly and faithfully, no matter the cost. Amen.